oh, it's Dayton playing the guitar. I'm like, I kept hearing like just a random sound coming through randomly. I'm like, what is that? And we should probably move to live stream.
All right, all right.
Yo, yo, yo.
Everybody here? Can I get a sound off?
Yo.
All right.
Hope everybody's ready for a great show tonight.
Yeah.
Always am.
All right. All right, all right. All right. So how is everybody doing tonight?
All right.
Apparently all right.
All right.
All right. Indeed.
He can't help himself.
No, I can't. All right. All right. Damn it.
Don't think about it.
Okay, so pretty much
So,
sweet Earth, you might think.
round. Okay. How so everybody wow, I cannot find my place tonight. Dang.
It's okay.
Oh. All right. Usually Matt leads us off, so I'm trying to find my
Let me take
place.
it from here. Hey guys,
Yeah, go for
thanks
it.
for tuning in tonight. I'm Big Mashu, and we have another great episode of Echoes for you tonight. I'm going to hand it over to Mark here shortly to introduce us and the characters of this amazing cast. But before I do, I want to take just one quick moment to say thank you to all the viewers out there for tuning in tonight or later on YouTube. We really appreciate it. It's because of you we're able to do what we do. So thank you so much. And Mark, take it away.
Indeed. So, welcome back to episode 7 of our Spelljammer campaign, our heavily edited Light of Xerxes campaign. I've done a ton of writing, which those of you that have read the modules already see that I've added quite a bit to this session, or to this module, and Academy. But I've added quite a bit onto it, probably another 3/4, like 4 times what it used to be in the book.
Yeah.
So it's big. We've got a lot to get through, and especially from our last session, a lot happened. So let's go ahead and jump right into, well, once we introduce everyone, of course, our previously. So first of all, if I can get myself in track and actually doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Oh, good.
First of all, with us, we have the very talented and our newest party member. We have Marina playing.
Hi everyone, I am Marina playing the Jade Fox. As you know, the devil wears heels. Enjoy.
Ooh. Scary.
We also, indeed, Jade's such a fun character. We also have, speaking of fun characters, we have Nico played by.
Hi guys, I'm Alex. I am playing Nico, your kind of gravity-based artificer.
Love it.
A little bit of Magneto in there.
Yeah.
We all, speaking of magnets, probably the most magnetic of us, we have Dayton playing.
Howdy, howdy, ladies and gentlemen. Here playing the 10-man once again. Let's shoot our shot, shall we?
And last but certainly not least, showing up in exquisite fashion, as he does, we have Matt playing.
Yes, I'm playing your resident Astral elf Yosai, and I've been just so excited to get back into this conundrum that we've put him in, and all of us really. And I don't know how I'm going to juggle it, but we're going to find out tonight, and I'm so excited. Before we get into that, though, I want to thank all of our partners over the last few months as we rolled out all these projects, and more projects coming to you soon. First of all is D&D Adventure Club. They've been a great partner with us for the last few months, helping us produce this new project called Table of Tales, which we're going to have so much more information in the next few weeks, couple months, as we roll that out, and I can't wait. And in that project, we had Mythical Meats, Die Hard Dice, Eldritch Foundry, and my favorite merch people in the D&D game, Adam's Family Gaming. They're going to be the home for all our merch moving forward. I'm working with them now to have our own home base there with them. So you're going to be able to get buy all your great D&D merch, all your great class shirts and stuff, and also some DDC merch here shortly. So we're working with them and other partners in the industry to start bringing some more quality content that's kind of reviewed and played through by actual players. So tune in. We got plenty more stuff to share coming up. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I love all the viewers and all the attention we're getting and how much hype is in the DDC. It motivates me. So thanks to the viewers and thanks to all the people here on the stream tonight. I can't wait to get into it.
All right, without further ado, previously on Echo of the Astral Sea. The early evening of the Rocket Brawl sets, with the echoes of the evening horn fading into the background, signaling the shift change. Valen attempts to tangle Jade in a race to Nico's shop, only to find the opposite true, as Jade takes to the buildings and quickly fades from sight, taking an early and decisive lead, using the moment of solitude to reach out to a contact. They have a brief exchange, and the individual Jade was speaking to assures her that he'll send a key at midnight. Valen makes to follow, despite his vine-tied feet, extricating himself and doing some stretches to get into proper form. Start slow and finish fast was the mantra he confidently told himself. Though while his body was warming up for the race that had already begun, his mind cast out to something a bit more pressing. His hastily discarded green vest. As he got up to speed, he noticed the distinctive teal jacket in the distance and ran the man down. An awkward exchange ensued where Valen traded his children's wand of knock for his vest back. The man ran off to what he assumed was another jacket shop with his wand, by Valen's direction. Valen continued on his way to Nico's, dutifully stretching once more and kicking up dust as he sprinted with surprising haste. Meanwhile, Nico and Tin Man got to know each other, and Nico spoke with the dove. They tried a small experiment. As Nico cast a spell, the dove siphoned a piece of his magic away, condensing it into one of her hypermass bullets and emitting a white fog. The fog settled on Tin Man, and he was surprised to find the odd familiarity of a memory that looked like his own, but he didn't specifically remember until just that moment. As if the memory had been cut from his mind and hastily stapled back into place. To make room for this extra bullet, however, the dove ejected her empty shell. The shell of the bullet fired at a low draw. On the shell was etched the name Yaroslav. In a moment of vulnerability, Tin Man asks Nico to rearrange or disconnect his attract mode, so as to avoid triggering Valen in the future. Inspiration strikes Nico, and he suggests perhaps repurposing the mechanism into an alarm that could go off during Tin Man's sentry's rest. And the DM was a big fan of it, but of course it was much too useful to be allowed this early in the campaign, and therefore needed to be furloughed somehow. And so the machinery was a bit advanced and would require more work. But the attract mode was disabled, unable to be activated intentionally or otherwise.
I appreciate your candidness.
Jade makes herself known and assures the auto-gnome and the plasmoid that she did not indeed off their astral elf friend, and that she was actually here first as a part of Valen's own suggestion of a race. They sit and speak for a moment, Tin Man digging in and asking some pointed questions about Jade and her story. Surprisingly, Jade seems to open to speaking on her past, at least until something causes her to pause. A seeping of quicksilver leaked from behind her eyelids, coating her eyes and then fading a moment later like a transition lens. Any further forthcoming information was lost to her sudden reticence to speak. But before silence, she did speak of House Silosia. Valen arrived shortly thereafter in his typical spectacular fashion, skidding to a halt in the dirt road outside and barging in to make himself comfortable. Nico was already set everyone up with tea, and so Valen finds a corner and makes himself comfortable. Him and Nico discuss the various half-finished projects that litter the small workshop, and the two find common ground while looking over Valen's laser pistol. Jade excuses herself and seeks some comfort and security by planting some hellebores, cup-shaped flowers with toxic sap, to act as sentries around the shop. In the midst of doing so, she notices a chalk outline of a door on a brick wall of a nearby building, and scrawled across is the words, "A key." Jade, recognizing the signal, steps through the brick wall and into a smoke-hazed, immaculately kept bar, quiet and devoid of patrons at this hour. Behind the counter is the man referred to as Sable, a sharply handsome dark elf who beckons Jade in with a leading tone. A brief game of social cat and mouse play for a moment before the trust of their relationship sees the teasing cease. Jade requests her package, an item that Sable was holding for her, and he asked only that she answer one question honestly. Does the Queen still stir? Jade begins to break down, and Sable drops the act similarly and comforts Jade, assuring her that she is among friends. He suggests that being among these new people, perhaps she can find new trust. People who don't live in the shadows, always worried about a double cross. They speak about a few names. Sable mentions that they lost contact with Yarrow, and that Sadie had been in recently, allegedly utilizing some intelligence gathering methods from something or someone named Morana. but she seems to be doing so without the knowledge of whoever holds her reins. Sable seems to have had some knowledge of Valen and Tin Man through this Sadie individual. Jade requests that Sable get eyes on the ship, their new ship, in Berth 47, in exchange for the information she'd given him, to ensure it's safe. He muses for a moment about the eyes that are watching and drops that the Xerixians are watching very closely and are displeased with the happenings of Merger Day. Jade understands what Sable is suggesting and asks for a target. Sable unveils that Jade's target is none other than the current ruler of Brawl, the singular man who has the power to make Merger Day happen, Prince Andrew. On the day of the signing ceremony, on the very bridge that separates his luscious estates from the working class area, a symbolic location, he states that the contract issuer would like for it to appear accidental, alluding to the fact that there should be no ties back, no perpetrator seen, and no possible way to know who did it, and suggests that she collapse the bridge to do so. In a request for requisitions, explosives, Sable states that he has credit with Cannon Master Arnott, and could scrounge up some explosives there. As she departs, she comes face to face with the shadow of a person made entirely of the vines that Jade's planted hellebores. It speaks in a seductive but sharp voice, suggesting what she might do to Sable were she ever able to get her vines on him. Noting how Jade gets defensive about Sable, the creature shifts tact and clarifies that someone as well connected as him and as willing to treat Jade like a person and not some deific individual or monolithic assassin could come in handy as an advisor. Someone who will speak to her honestly, honeying words in a flavor she recognized, as opposed to statements sweetened to cover the taste of poison. With her mission in mind, Jade departs and finds herself a small bell tower to nest in for the night. With an open sightlines of Nico's shop and near enough to hear conversation and see the surrounding area. Nico and Valen start talking about their plans moving forward, making their way to their new ship and figuring out where to go from there. Valen states that he has a plan, but the second half of said plan is coming up with a new plan. Nico chimes in about perhaps working on the second plan before executing the first one, to which Valen scoffs. As they plan, Tin Man catches an old sound from his past, a canary call, an old high-low whistle used by miners to inform the other miners after a cave-in or a gas leak that the way is clear. Following the odd call, Tin Man stumbles to a crossroad at the edge of the Rock of Brawl. A deep gravelly voice speaks to him, a dense plume of smoke and a pair of molten orange eyes peer at him from an alleyway. A tall lupine figure in a singed duster and a flat-brimmed cowboy hat loped from the alley and introduced himself as Hoyden Croft, more commonly known as Old Billows, though he seems certain Tin Man wouldn't recognize him or his work. Unsure what to expect, Tin Man holds his ground, ready to throw lead if it comes to that. Billows, however, casually begins circling Tin Man, talking about how he was sent by Tin Man's pappy to retrieve him. But Tin Man surely isn't the old rusted auto gnome he was sent to collect. Maybe Billows has some dust in his eyes. Furthermore, perhaps he could kick some dust in the eyes of the people watching them, allowing Tin Man and crew to escape Brawl untethered and unbothered by the powers that seem to be bearing down. But as always, a catch. Billows mentions that his boss, the man upstairs, would like a soul, a corrupt one. A real nasty piece of work. Prince Andrew. Billows admits that Tin Man is ultimately secondary. He's insurance. There were already pieces moving to have Andrew offed, but it always pays to play safe. Billows seems to have some insight to Tin Man, knowing the gnome cannot stomach the idea of someone else being harmed on account of his own responsibilities. It's a luggage he carries with him at all times. It weighs little, but the burden is extraordinary. So with the promise of a problem-free departure, Tin Man accepts the assassination contract, conflicted about being used for his talents again. Tin Man turns away from the crossroads with a new deal: assassinate the prince and escape safely. At the same time, Nico and Valen take a moment to check what was in the briefcase that Arnott sent with Nico. Inside, they found a few gravity grenades that they decide was entirely worth testing out inside of the shop, earning Valen some bruises after he was thrown into a wall. Though from this position, he can see a faint glowing in the briefcase behind him, and an old, strained voice calls out, Nico, my son, I hoped you never have to see this. And we convened for the session.
That's heavy.
Nico.
That was quite a lot.
Yeah.
Yes, it was a big, big session.
We pack it in.
So, as we come back, Nico and Valen, what would you like to do?
Yeah,
So,
go ahead.
I just want to clarify. You said that I actually hear a voice?
You do, and it seems to be emitting from the paper envelope that was glowing earlier.
Okay, and it very clearly is Orvis's voice.
Yes, you recognize the voice immediately.
I'm gonna kind of like step back after I see the connection and his look on his face and realize that like I might be in someone's like private diary right here, and it's not what makes him comfortable. So I'm like, ooh, whoopsies, and kind of like backing up and giving him space to like.
Yeah. You said it's coming from the paper in the briefcase. This is the same briefcase that Arnaud gave me, correct?
Correct. This is the same briefcase she gave you. It was packed in next to the gravity grenades.
Okay. Yeah. I take a look at the paper the sound is coming from.
All right. On the paper, like I mentioned previously, it says, I found this in his possessions, felt you should have it. And you recognize Arnott's handwriting. As you slip the device out, you can see that it seems to be a small circular device with sort of a glowing projection coming off of it that's roughly the size of a normal human palm. And you can see a recording made by Orvis. You see an old weathered face looking back at you, somehow paused, very close, almost fish-eyed in the lens. You could see the bags under his eyes and his disheveled hair and his just sort of like the large bulbous nose that is common with the gnomish folk. And you can see that at the moment it's paused, but you recognize faintly when this is. This is the night before you escaped the workshop. The night before you lost Orvis.
Yeah. Kind of focus on the recording.
As you bring your focus back to it, the recording begins moving again. You see Orvis leaned up close to whatever this device is, and you can see the exhaustion in his eyes. Nico, I'm sorry. I hope you never have to see this, but I have to make assurances. You hear him shifting papers around on his desk. I have reason to believe that I will not survive our exodus, my son. I have been cut off and surgically removed from my contacts, clients, even friends. There's a directed effort to seclude us, and I fear their plan has worked. I have delayed it running for too long. I am concerned about your stability in this crucial moment of your life. And you can hear a knocking at the door behind him and a low, sultry voice call, Doc. You see, as Orvis turns his head, looks over his shoulder, Stay there, Liner. I'll bring the package to you. A voice calls back, No worries, Doc. It's getting awful lonely up in these skies. Orvis turns back. Nico, you have the greatest chance of escaping, perhaps the only chance of survival the Belt has. So many people will want what you have and will kill to get it. Hold to it fast. It will see you through the darkest of nights. You see him stand up, heft a box, and turn and walk toward the door. You can see that it's a little out of view, so you don't see him standing there or who he's talking to. But you do hear him mention, care for this with your life liner, and keep the dove clear of it. She might accidentally siphon it dry. Affirmative, Doc. And the door closes. Orvis comes back into screen. He seems to be sitting back in his desk chair. Nico, a great tragedy is coming. And it is my eternal shame that you're at the center of it. Enjoy the moments you have, for they are short by an unfair margin, and carry with them a date of expiration. Take what allies you can, and if you ever meet him, tell my brother Calcitrix he was right. His genius is what finally killed me. I love you, Nico, my son. And it cuts.
Boy.
Velen is like just aghast by how much information he has to go through right there, and his mouth is like wide open, like he just saw and heard something he's definitely not supposed to.
What are the odds that Tin Man returned at this point?
You would be on your way back. You would probably return a couple of minutes after Nico had listened to this.
Yo, Nico,
Okay.
that's heavy, dude. What's that?
So Mark,
mean?
would it be safe to assume would I remember the box or liner?
I will have you make a wisdom check for me.
All right. Straight wisdom. Go. First roll of the night. What did we get? That's a 14.
You do recall a purple paper box trolling around in Orvis's sort of keepsake collection. He never opened it, and whenever you asked about it, he would change the topic.
Okay.
Valen, from where you are, I'd like you to make a perception check for me, please.
Yep. Hey.
Okay. The box seems familiar to you, but you only caught a glimpse of it, so you're not quite sure.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna really investigate right now either. I'm clearly like in deep of someone's life that I don't want to be in, so I'm just gonna store that for later and quietly allow space for Nico to either explain or not.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all good?
Nico's quiet for about a minute. Kind of does that thinking. Nico's less concerned about that it being a message from Orvis and like the contents of the message. Nico is straight focusing on the box. It is like trying to put that's what's inside me now. Like that questioning, like trying to figure out, because he still doesn't know like what's going on there. After he snaps, he was like, so yeah, that was my dad creator, Orvis. And you said at this time Tin Man walks in, right?
Yeah, Tin Man would be coming in right now. And it's worth noting really quick that the timeline of this was the night before you had left his workshop, before he...
Okay.
supposedly died. So you would have already had your core installed.
Okay. Yeah. S2 man walks in and say, so, remember I told you Orvis died? Well, it looks like this is a message the night before it happens. Here's the interesting thing. Silver Liner was there. And I've heard Tin Man talk about Silver Liner tell like the stories. So, and with that, I will legit toss the message over to Tin Man and for Tin Man to see and say, what do you make of that?
Can I listen to the message as well?
Absolutely. And as a short little point of order here, a note, Jade, the spot where you set up is only like 100 feet from the window in Nico's shop. You can hear, if you listen and pay attention, you can hear most of their conversation.
Perfect. I was hoping to do a little bit of druid craft and connect like tendrils of vines that I have, the hellebores, and just hold them up to my ear and listen a little bit closer. Can I be allowed to do that?
Sure, absolutely. And you actually notice as a couple of the hellebores, like their blooms turn up and press against the wall as like putting a cup to a wall or a doorway.
Exactly. That is exactly. Yeah. Awesome.
Tin Man?
Tin Man's going to go ahead and give it a listen through. Every now and then looking up at Nico, not expecting much change on his face. Every now and then looking up over at Valen, expecting all of the change on his face. I'll be the first to admit, this ain't my first fate of the belt type message I've heard. Seems like just about everyone out there has got a brother or a son that they entrust their goodwill and legacy to, swearing, boy, you're the only one that's going to keep this village afloat. And every time it always ends in tragedy. But Orvis, he was a squirrely sort, but he always did see the big picture much better than most folks give him credit for. It's a little concerning hearing them kind of words come from his mouth. Makes me almost believe it. I don't know what he was intending for you, but clearly he had a lot of faith in you. And kind of clicking my arms a little bit after the work that he did. He ain't giving me no reason to distrust you. Clearly Liner had something to do with this. And get my hand on the dove. If while we're out here taking care of Mert's business, I can investigate into the Liner and his dear piece here, I get the feeling I might need to keep you close by as well. I'm sorry I can't elucidate anything for you. I was really hoping you could tell me more yourself. But I see we're both kind of lost here, ain't we?
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
It's all right.
I don't know.
Being a couple of lost souls is usually where we get around. Still. Orvis Fappelbrand. I never would have thought. Valen.
Yeah.
So, I think we've gotten ourselves good and comfortable here. I do believe
Speak for yourself.
Mert-
I'm very uncomfortable with this whole situation. That was some very private information that I don't like to deal with.
I understand and I do apologize. I think it's safe to say I had all sorts of spooks under my bed that I was worried would rear their ugly heads no sooner than I stepped into the belt. I didn't expect it all be related to you here, Nico. I gotta say, I really appreciate that you showed up at that bar. But you and I, Valen, we got a mission, don't we? Old Mert wants us to look into this Topola figure. I say, how about we get ourselves some rest and crack it out first thing tomorrow morning?
I would
you think, boss?
love nothing more than for everyone to get some rest and get a little bit of private time. That's for sure.
DM, do I know of Topola?
You not terribly so. You've heard the name mentioned. Actually, make another wisdom check for me. I'll give you advantage. Or history, sorry.
History? All right. Ooh, that's
14.
8. Oh,
You had
14,
advantage.
sorry.
So with a 14, you do know the name. Like, it just sort of pops up as like, hey, that's a funny sounding name. And you remember hearing it once or twice before. For some reason, you can't put your finger on it, but you really want to say that it was Canadex that said it. But you can't really
Okay.
remember because Canadex has said a lot of things, a lot of names, a lot of proper nouns.
Yep. It's like, I don't know. Well, we can find that person in the morning and say night, and like Nico will just stretch out his pseudopod without anybody even being ready. Just hit the lights and look. This basically shut down the shop.
Turns into a hammock.
Who just touched my leg? As I see everyone kind of get settled in for the night, I'm going to pull out my paper and my writing stick and write one final mysterious report, kind of detailing where I'm at, what happened, but leaving out what I just learned about Nico. And then at the end, it's going to say, I'm done trying to save my name. You guys won't let me. And at the end, just put, see you in the stars.
All right. And are you holding on to that or are you sending that out?
I'm sending it out. And
Okay.
after I send it, there's like a big like feeling of relief after it goes out. And I kind of like, wait a minute, like after you send something and then you want to bring it back, I'm like looking at it, trying to maybe like scribble it out and change it, but I know the letter's already gone out. And then finally I'm just gonna be like, all right. And kind of like breathe it in and kind of rest it out and just like decompress the whole day because it's been wild.
Yeah. This party has gone through a lot just today.
Yeah.
All right. Jade, Nico, or Tin Man, are you doing anything before you bed down? Nico, you already said you shut everything down, but are you doing anything specific?
I will say I'll head over to the one corner of Nico's shop that does look fairly clean and pristine would be the drafting desk that like Orvis's old drafting desk.
Mhm.
And I will go over, sit over the desk and basically transcribe the message from Orvis onto some parchment, fold it up, and basically seal it with a like purple and gold wax, and just write Bladar on the front of it. And yeah, I will send a copy of that over to her and put it inside the desk, and basically just saying, hey, there's, come back, stop by the shop. There's something you need to see.
All right. And you're sending that out with the interstellar mail?
Yeah.
Okay. Each of you will be charged a silver, so please mark that off for your sending out your letters.
On a side note, how do I declare bankruptcy?
Well, you just say it out loud and let everything else do its work. Tin Man, are you doing anything before you enter your Sentry's Rest?
I'm gonna go find myself a spot where I feel camouflaged, as it were, like nice little clear spot in the scrap where I can sit down and I have kind of eyes to the door, but I feel safe. Like the door doesn't necessarily have obvious eyes to me. That's just what he's used to doing. And since up until now we've all slept in separate rooms, you guys haven't sort of seen this process where he starts to slowly decompress and he starts letting out like a slow steam as his body parts kind of compress in to like sort of a smaller kind of egg-like shape.
So you just sort of like wrench your arms in and your legs up.
Hmm.
So Tin Man goes Lego mode, or no, the Droidekais or the
Yeah,
Droidecas.
Droidecas. Yeah.
Um,
Yes.
Roger, Roger.
so Jade, from where you are, have you taken your medication?
Jade is hesitant to take her medication this evening
Okay.
because
A-
she would like, she wants to ask a favor of Ephemera.
Oh no.
As you see the lights go out in Nico's shop and the quiet, the trajectory of sound sort of ease away, you can hear a series of clicks and tss as Tin Man goes into a sentry's rest, and then it's just quiet. You hear a not quiet kind of snore from Valen, even though he doesn't sleep, so it's probably a little performative.
Yes, for sure.
Um, but aside from that, yeah. But aside from that, it's quiet. You can hear the continued work of the worker sector as folks, take up their shifts and continue working through the night. And the knot at the base of your spine stirs, recognizing your anticipation. You have something to say.
I have a minor request, if you'd oblige me, that is.
Say your piece.
Watch over them this evening, and we really must discuss a plan in the morning, if you'd be willing.
Hmm. I'll keep an eye out for them. You did a good job setting up the sentries. I can use those. I do smell. You actually feel an intake of air through your own nose. Smoke in the air. Not of the industrial sort. There's something fiendish near here. I'll be on my best behavior this evening. You rest well.
I will
And
see
tomorrow
you
we'll make a plan.
early.
Yes.
Sounds
Early.
good. I will see you in early morning.
And you feel the sensation, the knot at the base of your spine ease as if relaxing a muscle. And from your perch, the helidors, or yeah, helibors, you notice as they sort of bloom a little wider and almost give off a gentle a glow, keeping the Nico's shop gently lit to make it easier to notice anything that might be coming up. You feel as though Ephemera has taken your request and is going to do so. Well, make an insight check
Yay!
if you doubt her.
Roll the
I
dice, roll
doubt
the dice, roll the dice.
everyone.
It's kind of the character.
Okay, with a 25.
Yeah.
Let's go.
First roll of the night. Looking good.
Yep.
Something was different about this exchange than your usual exchanges with the Queen. She was too eager to be ready to listen and to agree with your request. You get the uneasy feeling that she intends to use this as leverage. As she has, in your request, gleaned a bit of insight herself and is coming to understand that there might be some trust here with these individuals, and you almost feel a jolt of jealousy.
Say more.
And then, like I said, the knot at the base of your spine releases like a relaxed muscle. Do with that information as you will. Alex, you had something else that you'd like to do before the evening?
Yes. So after writing the letter, or I should say, while writing the letter, I'm going to ritual cast alarm around the shop and
Okay.
essentially designate Valen, Tin Man, and myself.
Okay. All right. The Despite the fact that it doesn't get darker, the Rock of Brawl itself seems to quiet somewhat, and each of you finds your rest. Everybody will benefit from a long rest, so any spell slots, any
Any hits by a
um
grenade?
yep, any HP lost, any fireballs to the face, any of that should be mostly recovered by now.
Mostly.
Mostly.
Like it says most.
And
And I kind of
as
like, oh, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
I kind of like, as I feel the bruises on my face and I make my way over from my bit of a sleep trance that I do. I kind of wash my face off and regret not doing it before trancing, and kind of look over at Tin Man to see if he's still in his sentry mode. Ugh. And just kind of looking around and realizing what kind of dump I ended up in last night, and just like putting together everything, like, oh my gosh, what the heck did I do? What we got into, and like that kind of like feeling when you first wake up. And I'm gonna try to wake up everyone else.
All right.
Tin Man will kind of poke his head up out of his ingressed form. Hey, shh. They at least need a few more hours of sleep. Not all of us wake up in 4 hours. Gzz.
And I'm gonna just start cleaning up.
Are you doing so quietly?
Quietly, but like that quiet, like I want someone to wake up and help me.
Like
Your mom.
Saturday morning mom cleaning, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you're not cursing out loud, but you are under your voice right where they can hear you.
Oh, God. And I'm sweeping
Like-
and organizing.
I'm just gonna. Nico's gonna extend his tentacle out and just kind of like slap Valen in the face a few times. Sleeping away.
You get the feeling that Nico is used to the bachelor lifestyle.
Once Tin Man gets at least the minimum of a 6-hour sleep, probably an hour or so into Valen cleaning, he will kind of start to come up. You hear sort of a whirling noise, followed by the sound of almost like a billows, starting to pump air. There's a sudden warmth as he kind of.
And as I see him wake up, I'm gonna be like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to wake you up." And as I'm saying that, I'm like handing him a broom at the same time. And
I take the broom and I kind of jab him in the side a bit. Technically, I'm still conscious. You missed a spot over there. I'll go get it.
Hey, I appreciate it. I'm gonna like follow him step by step as he goes over there, and like kind of like intruding on his like personal space. Be like, what was up with that message? How deep are we in it here, man?
Well, I'll be honest with you. Like I was telling Nico there last night. Ain't the first time I heard you're our last savior message. Seems like just about everyone out in the belt's got some kind of you're our last hope situation going on. Whether it's a pretty lady in a hologram or some old man's face in the clouds. But like I was saying, I know Orvis personally, and I don't think he'd say them things lightly.
That's
Nico, he's a bit of a goofy feller, but there is something about him, ain't there?
I'm interested, but I'm more worried about what the Xerxian Navy does when people like Nico start saying these type of things.
I don't disagree. And that's why, I mean, the boy ain't got much street smarts in his head, does he? So we're going to take care of things.
Hey, I heard that.
Go back to sleep.
Orvis said it's bedtime.
This is
And
why
you and
Jade is
I-
I just
perched
smacked
somewhere
Belen
else.
in the back of the head again.
Ah,
She would not
Yep.
deal with this.
Yeah.
You and I are going to put our heads together. We're going to take care of Mert's business out here. And we're going to keep Nico quiet like
I think
until we can figure out more what's going on.
I couldn't agree with you more. I'm worried about all parties involved at this point, especially when I hear a message like that. I think our safest bet is to make it to the ship as soon as possible and hightail out of there. Out of here.
I would 100% like to agree. There's too much going on in the city, and with this merger day coming up, it's only going to get hotter. My concern is actually getting out. I think you know as well as I do that it's not going to be that simple. So let's take care of Mert's business first and foremost. We promised.
Yeah.
And let me see if I can find us a way out of here, right?
Yeah, let's be quick about that and try to move this little party we're putting together out of here, because I'm catching some bad vibes here, and I don't want to
Mr.
stick around
Yosei,
for the party.
if there's one thing I get the feeling you know well, it's bad vibes. I'll trust you on that one for sure.
All right, let's get these other two together here shortly and figure out what the plan is. I think we gotta.
Yeah.
I think we gotta go to
At
Almander's
this-
star charts. Am I saying that right? It's been so
I
long.
don't recall, but I do know Mert mentioned it. It's probably as good a starting point as any. Kind of
All right.
sweeping up and getting some dust off the walls, some cobwebs in the corners.
And it's about this time, like I drop my broom and it hits Nico. Oh,
Oh, Nico's now like awake, but he's slumped off and like kind of doing that,
Yeah.
still sleeping. But I have left
He looks
behind.
up, broom just hits him in the head, perfect indentation.
still
It
rubs
just
the
seeps in for a
snake nose
second.
out his eyes.
Yeah.
With the broom in his
But
face.
at that, you'll see that appears behind me. My armor grabs the broom, and the arm cannon looks like a vacuum, and it starts vacuuming the spider webs off the ceiling. Well, Nico 100% just kind of like lounges back in the hammock and like
That's a
is-
nice trick. I like that. Hey,
I get the feeling you could afford to do it more often.
hey, right? Nico, buddy, I'm a little worried about that message we got last night. How you feeling about that?
what? Orvis has been gone. Yeah, I mean it's a little concerning, the doom and gloom, but
Okay.
what? It's been actually, Mark. How long has it been since that day?
It's been just over a year. Or no,
Oh.
sorry. No, it's been I'd have to look up the specifics, but it's been almost not 5 years now.
Yeah. So it's been a while. I've been here doing my thing. Nothing is going to change. I don't know. I don't know if anybody even knows who I am. It's like this is the first I have heard of Orvis having other contacts. All seriousness, I was a slime on a table up until a couple years ago. So
Yeah. Can't be that serious.
Tin Man's gonna kind of give
I
a
put my
knowing look
glasses back
over
on?
to Valen. Yeah, it's probably nothing major. Let's just go ahead and kind kind of put that in the back of our minds right now, and kind of looks back over at Valen again.
I don't disagree.
We'll worry about it when we
Oh.
need to worry about it.
So, Mark, do I also clock that because like Calatrix that's Fapple brand,
Calcitrix.
right?
You know Fapple you don't know Calcitrix.
Right, but I know his name, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So, and
Yes,
I would have
Calcitrix Fapple is very well known.
okay, and I would have known. So, I'm looking at Tim. I was like, huh. We, in a way, are kind of cousins. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, I'm still chewing on that one. I'm being entirely honest with you. And it almost makes me want to ask some questions, but I don't particularly want to talk to the man I'd have to ask. I look over. I kind of shoot a glance over at Valen. Don't worry too much about it. Speaking of,
I can say lineage gets weird, and it's okay. Sometimes my cousins are closer than I think. I get it.
so I've heard about you, elven swords, but
Wait, hang on.
we're not
What
gonna
do you
hold that
mean?
against anyone now, are we?
There's a whole elven culture behind it. I'm sure you're going to learn about it soon. There, little one. I don't know if I need to explain it here now.
Yeehaw.
Who? What?
Speaking of, kind of glance over to Valen, over to Nico, kind of giving the room a brush over.
So this is just before 8 hours is up. When Jade crosses the line, my alarm should ping.
Yes.
Well, that's why I'm going to point out before that becomes evident. Valen, I apologize. I took a little walk last night. Where'd your lady friend disappear to?
I was hoping both of you guys could fill me in on the missing time of the group here, especially as this knowledge we've learned about Nico. There's a lot of questions I need answered here that have just been kind of thrown at me here. Nico, we're going to get to you here shortly. Mrs. Jade, are you up there? Are you going to join us here? And I'm kind of like looking.
Tim's like looking around like, was she always present?
I heard it. I heard the yeehaw.
It's supposed to be out of character, but okay.
Sorry.
How many hours? So Mr. Elf over here tranced for 4 hours. So was this 4 hours of sleep?
So no, because he
Everyone
allowed
in the
everyone
room
else to.
kinda
Yeah, you got your
Dealt
full
with him
long
for
rest.
2.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
got 4 very good hours of sleep, and
Yeah.
then 2 to 3
Yeah.
hours of sleep.
Ephemera did not alert you, so unless you woke up on your own, you would have, gotten your full 8 hours.
Okay. So I would imagine, with all this commotion, she would have eventually woken.
Yes.
I would say, since she said yeehaw, she obviously is very close. So she kind of creeps through a doorway and her eyes just glow like the taillights of a vehicle in the dim light. And she just slowly sways in, coming towards them. And she says,
Well.
And you can
I
see me
was
squint
around.
through my glasses. Oh,
Mhm.
right.
That's exactly what your glasses are made for.
Kind of lean over to Nico. Normally, you got to feed a stray first for it to come back on its own.
Once again, it just baffles me, the survival tactics that you all have.
It's
You're
luck.
not quiet, you're not stealthy, you're just loud and boisterous, as if you're begging to be seen.
Not
That
really
man's gonna kinda
begging, but
And
Glance over at
you
Nico.
know.
And I'll say real loud,
Yeah.
excuse me. Like
Cold
nonchalant,
sauce.
real loud, like exactly what she was complaining about.
Jade like
And-
winces.
And where do you come in here? We came in and saved you.
Now,
Jade
Valen.
winces and glares at him.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not be rude to the lady. She's been so kind as to stick around thus far.
Again,
I don't know
did
what
not
her
finish
angle
being
is.
saved.
And to answer your question, it's nothing but good luck that has got us here, okay? And I'm not gonna question it now.
I'll be honest, I kind of agree with him at this point.
That
I'll
doesn't
be
happen
honest
often, Jade.
too. I'll be honest too, your dumb luck seems to rub off. It's kind of what keeps me around, I'll be honest.
Well, I would like to say I'm glad you're here with us, but we're trying to piece together what happened last night, and I'm a little confused about where you ran off to. Do you mind filling us in a little bit?
I had an encounter with a former friend of mine. Well, I wouldn't say former friend. I had a date. That's all I'll say.
Don't question it, Valian. Kind of look over at Jade, eyeing her up and down a minute. A lady never kisses and tails.
And
Or
like
at
you
least so
see
I'm
him
told.
like recoil, like, how come I didn't have a date? And then he kind of looks up and he's like, a date, huh? With who?
Didn't you just hear me, boy? You ain't gonna get any more out of her. It's all right.
Nico
It's all right.
scratches his head closer to Jade. He's like, was he cute?
I get it. I get it. After last night, we're all a little on edge here, and there's a lot of questions flying around. Kind of lean up to no Valen, but I get the feeling this is one nut you're not going to crack anytime soon.
Fair enough.
Ms. Jade, I do apologize. I admit I've been a little cold-shouldered to you up till now, but I think we might be in a situation that could make use of your particular skill set.
As Tin Man says that, Jade will kind of focus on him. Her eyes will drift over and she'll just start circling around them slowly. As he says that, it's like, really? My talents? And what exactly would you say would interest you in that factor?
Well, I get the feeling you're pretty good at finding folk. What you may or may not do after you find them ain't much my concern. We're actually here on behalf of favor of a good friend, a gentleman who helped bring us all together and has set us up real good here in the belt. He needs us to find a person by the name of Topola. I hear they're quite known around these parts. You wouldn't have to know anything, would you?
Can I roll history?
You may. And since knowledge gathering is your forte, go ahead and take advantage.
Ooh.
Well, we got advantage.
That was
The
a
one
9 and a
thing-
3.
It was a 9.
Yeah. And the 3 was a natural 1.
It was.
Ouch.
Hey, I've been rolling 30s and 25s. I mean, it was going to happen.
I'm not going to complain.
Yeah. You recall there being 2 prominent things that you've associated with the name Topola. 1, birds. She seems to like birds. And 2, not a lot of people seem to like her because she's very grumpy. Those are the only 2 pieces of information you've managed to make stick.
Oh, yes, Topola. The grouch of the village.
That's
Why
not
would you want to
promising.
bother this woman?
I admit that still remains to be seen. We're told that a good starting point might be Alamada's star charts. I admit I
Oh.
don't think I've been in there myself.
It's very dusty. It's very moist, very wet, very odd. I don't particularly like it. But I could get information. I have several friends of mine that are up in arms that could give me some information.
Well, then I think we got ourselves a lead then, don't we?
Well, hold on there. I think we need to discuss payment.
But of course, not one to go do it out of the goodness of your heart, are you?
And I think this might be a good time for us to take our break.
All right.
We'll see you guys in a few minutes.
We'll be back in 5.
Now I got it. Now I got levels. I want to thank everyone for tuning in tonight. Thank you all. It's all possible because of you. We got a few minutes of break here. We got a great episode going. I'm in love with it. But while we got you here for a few minutes, I want to take time to say thank you to all of our partners that have made this possible. The first partner is you guys, the viewers, the followers, the fans, helping us, motivating us, and sticking along for this amazing story. Also, I want to thank D&D Adventure Club, who is our main partner in our newest project line called Table of Tales. It's a live play with kids playing in it that we're going to be releasing soon. And you'll see some of our great talent in the club in it with their children playing, and it's amazing. It turned out magical, and D&D Adventure Club helped us the entire time. They were a great partner. And in that project, and these are all partners that are going to be around helping us produce and give us some content to make in the future. And on top of that, outside of D&D Adventure Club, we had Mythical Meats, who came in clutch recently, supplying us all with the great little snacks that they have. I wish I had some on stream here, but I'm broadcasting from my mom's basement, and I don't think I can bring all those beef jerkies here. That'd be too much of an ask. We had Eldritch Foundry, who was great. They made all the minis for us, and we're going to have packages of all the minis for Table of Tales coming to you soon with all the characters that you can paint with some painting instructions and everything. Die Hard Days came in clutch also. Please check them out. Give them some love. Tell them that Big Mash sent you, and use product code DDC Live at checkout. Get 15% off on all of our partners. That works for all of them. I also want to say a big shout out to Adam's Family Gaming, ATOMZ with a Z. They are the most premier family-friendly D&D merch you can get. Go check them out. Buy a shirt. Buy an Artificer shirt and say Valen told you to buy it. You can go check them out now at Adam's Family Gaming on Etsy. They will be the home for all of our merch here shortly. All our great t-shirts and stuff. If you didn't buy them on our website, they'll be available soon. I can't wait to share more information with you guys on that. Anyways, go check out all our awesome partners. If I forgot some, I'm sorry. There's so many nowadays. Tune in, say hello, hit a follow, hit a subscribe, hit a share, leave a comment, tell them you talked to me, Big Mashu, and you want to spread the good word of the Dirty Dice Club and all the great projects we do. It's for you guys. So show us some loves. All right, I got to take a break here. We're going to be back shortly with the rest of this episode. I'm too excited here. So we will be back.
Right. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Back.
Were the dreads getting in the way, my guy?
They were. Sorry, I had to go to the bathroom real quick. I was trying to do it all quick. All right, we're ready.
All right. So I see you reading Vampire Hunter D over there, Day.
Mm-hmm.
What? No.
Huh?
I've been trying really
Um,
hard to get back into reading.
It's a good habit. All right. So as we left off, Tin Man was requesting that Jade utilize her unique skills to assist them in tracking down this Topola individual. After informing the group of what she knows, Jade asked payment. And that is where we left off.
Oh, this is awkward.
I mean, it's not that awkward. I mean, yes, you do want to get payment, but at the same time,
Well, now,
about-
I think we might actually be in a position to trade services here. As a matter of fact, helping you out of that little sticky situation. Well, wouldn't you know it, we got ourselves a ship. As a matter of fact, yeah. It seems to me like you've got yourself a couple enemies here in town. And well, I'm not going to pretend to know what your goals are, but maybe if you're looking for an opportunity to skip town, put some distance down, and let things cool off, you could use a ride out of here. Tricky part is getting out unseen. And Tim Man kind of glances down, eyes darting for a second. I may be able to procure that for us. Now, my concern is mostly these two gentlemen here. But if you help us out, I think maybe we can bring you along as well.
It's funny that you should mention that. And as Jade is speaking, she slowly circles around them like a tiger shark circles a boat. I've actually made arrangements to put eyes on that said ship to make sure that everything flows smoothly for us to get on that boat. So that's already been arranged. You're not going to leave me behind. As for my payment, gentlemen, I consider discretion a form of payment.
Well,
I
then.
have an appointment in the city. Excuse me, an appointment. I'll be happy to help you find this Topola person. But at some point, I need to break off and disappear. And then we'll just meet up. And I don't want any questions.
where are you going?
I was thinking. the
Looks over
same
at
thing.
Valen, immediately darts my eyes over to Nico, like full head turn. So you're interested in sticking around with this loud little bunch, so long as we're far away when you need to be quiet. All right. Well, I think that's about the. Sorry, go ahead.
Sometimes a mother jaguar has to go off and chew on something for a little bit and then come back to her cubs. Surely you understand.
I don't have teeth. I really don't know what chewing is like, but I think I understand the idiom.
Impressive. Glad we're on the same page. Do you all understand?
All right,
I
then.
understand. Yes.
All right. I know you said no questions, but sorry, I have one more. Are you always this serious?
I was thinking the same thing. I wanted to know that because I was wondering.
Vibe check.
Vibe check.
Jade
I get the
stops
feeling.
Well, let Jade
walking.
respond.
Jade stops walking and looks over her shoulder a bit at them and mentions, when we get off of this rock, you'll see a softer side of me.
I like your optimism. We do have to make it off this rock.
Gentlemen, there is a lot of a lot of players. There's a lot of danger in this city. I don't know if you noticed my little flowers, but I ensured that there was insurance should anything have come up in the dusk. Consider yourself very lucky that you came across me. I will do whatever I need to get you through this, as long as you bring me along. Don't betray me and don't disappoint me. That's all I ask.
Okay, betrayal, that's a pretty easy one to keep. The don't disappoint. That's
I have to agree with Nico
Glenn.
yet again. This is a very difficult thing to promise here.
Tin Man will kind of elbow Nico, just letting him kind of undulate as he does so. Oh, what are you talking about? Look at the specimen over here. Nico, you couldn't disappoint if you tried.
And he just kind of like does that. Not wrong.
Tin Man will kind of pick his gun up, put it on his back. All right,
Yeah,
Lady Jade.
Does
We'll play
Nico
getaway ship for you.
actually? Does Nico actually know why, like, nobody, like, that, why they wouldn't be able to get off the rock? Like, because I've always been here, so I didn't know that there's like a big security quarantine going on, right?
Yeah, you would have heard about it as people and tourists are filtering in.
Okay.
You would have heard about it distantly, but to be so strict that getting out unseen entirely, that seems a little excessive to you, or it sort of implies how serious things are.
Okay.
I'll let you interpret that how you will as Nico.
Okay. So yeah, it's like, well, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. I know it's hard getting in, but why is it hard getting out? Just get on the ship and leave. Wait, are you? Wait, what did you guys do? The picture that Czar, it's what did you do with Czar?
Don't worry your little head about it too much, Nico. Just know that sometimes the good guys can be in trouble too. Especially when it's the bad guys posting all the posters.
Sometimes the good women get in trouble too, as well. Everyone's a little misunderstood.
All
Well-
right. Well,
Let's go do some looking out in the city. Get our little side quests here put to bed. And then we'll figure out what the look over at these two. Second part of the plan will be planned.
And as we're
wait. The
getting
second
ready,
part was the plan for the main plan.
as we get ready to leave, I'm going to pull out a piece of paper and address one final note to the classified section of the newspaper about one nameless elf looking for any date at any time, no questions asked.
No questions asked.
And then kind of like submit it off so that I will have a date too.
Okay. So you think about the local newspaper, a newspaper that you have yet to even meet, understand, or recognize. You have yet to read a single one of them, and you're like, local newspaper, got it. You send it off.
Yeah.
You have no idea where it went.
No need.
But you hope. You hope. Roll a d20 for me.
All right. Now we're talking.
Oh no.
How about a straight 16?
Okay. Let's file that one away for later.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Okay. So you are commencing to depart Nico's shop and make your way into the town, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Into Brawl. Okay. As you depart Nico's shop, Valen, I would like you to make a quick perception check.
Yep.
And I would like each of you to tell me exactly where you're headed.
11, and I'm heading to the Elmander's star charts, and
Okay.
I'm gonna poke around in and grab some names.
All right. Jade?
Jade's gonna press her hand to Nico's shop and disengage all of the flowers she left, so they'll just wither and die and let go.
Ooh.
Okay.
And Jade's gonna follow them and she'll stay behind. She'll stay kind of, watch them from a distance because she'll
Mhm.
want to ring up her ear and talk to one of her contacts and get some information about Topola. So a little soft check-in as well.
Okay. Nico, Tin Man.
I'm following with Valen at the time. I want to find out more about Topola. I want to make sure that this, at least that this mission gets started properly.
Yeah. And Nico.
I'm gonna, basically close up the shop, lock the doors, put the shutter down. Just basically, put closed until further notice, and then on the usual like back entrance that that Bladar or Canadex or anybody would use, just put the purple and gold symbol, and just say, "See you soon."
Aye, aye. Okay. So as the group of you depart from Gift Town into Brawl proper, you notice that this is the 18th day of the month, the day before Merger Day, and what is typically called to or referred to as Down Day. And the day makes sense as it seems that aside from the absolute necessities, most people aren't working. It seems to be a day where people spend time relaxing, doing what they want to do, hobbies and stuff like that. Plenty of shops are still open. There are folks that would prefer to continue working through Down Day for whatever profit they can make. But it seems to be about half as many shops are up and running. So your options might be a little thin if you're looking for the specific items. Jade, as you hang back to ask to reach out to a contact about Topola, you notice after a moment, I would like you to make a quick perception check.
Nice.
16. So the 16, you're a little occupied for a moment as you're trying to reach out to a contact, and all of a sudden you feel an arm snake around yours, just sort of holding you elbow to elbow, and someone sort of falls into a jaunty walk next to you. You must be Jade Fox.
What on earth are you doing?
Well, I'm the Scout Sable Scent. As you look, you can see it's a young woman. She stands about a foot shorter than you, with shoulder-length copper hair capped in a dark blue bandana. She's got long tresses of curly locks that bounce as her head shifts. You can see as she spins her head, she's wearing a pair of pewter earrings in the shape of a small snub-nose pistol, a Derringer.
Mm.
A friend of mine said you needed a map. Said your eyes weren't what they used to be. I think you need glasses, personally. And you can tell she seems to be setting you up for a code phrase.
Glasses. My vision has been a little stirred lately. What do you have to offer?
I think the perfect kind of lens. The kind that can see into a ship. You can see the past of a ship. She slips as she sort of locked hands with you, she sort of like goes to take your hand as if you're holding hands, and you feel her slip a piece of paper into your hand, sort of walk a couple more steps, and then fade back into the crowd walking with you.
Okay, I'm going to pocket that paper and duck into a corner where no one's looking at me. Can I roll a stealth check?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh,
Ooh.
yes.
On a passive 16, I do not see her once she slips out, but do I see the little triage?
You do see that someone came up to speak with Jade.
Okay. Tin Man's not going to bring any attention to it. Kind of looking around all the empty shops. Yep. And Radiclax said on the 7th day, let my toys rest, lest I break them all away. Hopefully the shop we're headed to is still open.
Jade, are you reading the note?
I am reading the note.
Okay. You open the piece of paper. It seems to be hastily written, but there's a small paragraph. It reads in incomplete sentences and clearly not in Sable's exact phrasing, but as if somebody was translating for him or transcribing for him. An old schooner got nothing except a name. The Ela Tyrn. That's spelled ELA space TYRNE. Looks like it's seen better days, but it's missing a jammer. I had an agent sweep it, and someone's been moving in supplies, but they haven't seen anything dangerous or suspicious. It's not like Yarrow to give away a spindle without a hefty amount of thread attached. We've also detected one of your team out speaking with fences. They are quite adept. You do well to keep your eyes on that Thry-Kreen. And that's all it
What's my boy
says.
doing? What is my boy doing when he's not around? Sorry.
The bug. What is the bug up to?
And that's all it says.
Understood. Jade is going to pocket it and look around for the boys. What time of morning is it?
It is mid-morning. The first shift horn would have gone about halfway through your long rest. That would be about when Valen and Tin Man woke up. Well, Valen woke up Tin Man. But it would have been a few hours after that when everybody got up and moving. So it is roughly 9 a.m.
Okay. How far away am I from the bridge, the Concordians?
So let's go to our Rock of Brawl map.
Map?
Yeah, we've been here for a little bit. Map. All right, so you are all out on the eastern side here. You see my ping?
Yep.
Yes.
So the bridge itself, as you can see, is up by the lake.
Oh wow, yeah. It's beautiful
That's a
too.
lot of space. Okay. How long would it take for someone who's standing where I am to get over there?
30 minutes an hour.
That's comforting. All right. Can Jade ring up Sable or no?
You get the feeling that at this time of day, he's probably busy keeping the rotten saddle up and running. You can try. There's no guarantee he'll get back to you.
I won't bother with it. Where's Arnott? Do I know where he is?
Arnott, she is very much within Gift Town, where Nico's shop is. That would be probably a 10-minute walk.
Okay.
And you would have heard Nico talking about Arnott, so you would have, if you wanted to, you could have asked him about where to go, if you chose to.
Can I? Well, so I don't know where Nico is. I mean, I don't know where Arnott's shop is, but I know he speaks of it, so I can go up to him and ask.
Absolutely, correct.
Okay, Jade will do that if she can see him. Where is he?
They got a little ways ahead of you when you slipped aside, but they don't seem to be in a particular rush, so it's not too difficult to jog up and try and locate them.
Yeah, this green jacket gives it away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Valen's very
Hard.
easy to spot.
So bad.
That said,
Spot on,
while
bad.
Jade
loud.
while Jade hangs back, the rest of you are heading towards Almander's star charts, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Are any of you doing anything while Jade is away?
No, if anything, Tin Man's almost kind of covering for her and trying to keep our focus forward.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
Jade's
keep
running up
word. Okay. Yes, you catch up only a couple minutes later. What would you like to do?
Nico, question.
Yeah.
This Arnott fellow, you want to point me in the direction of where they are?
are we looking for? A girl like you, what? Is it explosive? No, I'm going
What was that?
fire. Oh, nothing. I'm trying to peg you. The quiet, serious, sneaky type. So think it can't be firearm.
Who said
So
anything about explosives or firearms? That's so garish.
She's probably
I
looking for
look at her
someone who knows
deadpan, honestly.
something.
Say, I look at her deadpan like, why else would you go to Arnott? There's no other reason.
Nico, the Cannon Master is a decorated lady. She knows a lot of people. She's seen a lot of things. Why don't you go ahead and escort Lady Fox here to the old Cannon Master, and me and Valen will go ahead and take a look at the Star Chart shop.
And you can see like Valen is trying to be flirtatious with any guy or girl to score a date around. Like he's like really schmoozing it on.
I would like you to make 3 just straight charisma checks for me, please.
All right. It's a -1. 19.
Whoa!
14. 10. The guys and girls are loving me.
You track down the same fan that you gave the signature the previous night. You just sort of like walk up and you sort of suave and well, how do you approach?
I see her in her or him.
There was a group, so this one individual was male.
I see them.
As a him, rather.
This whole time we've been walking, I've been really distraught by the fact that I didn't go on a date last night. So it's just like clouding my thoughts and ideas that like it seemed like everyone got a midnight rendezvous and no one cared about old Valen. So like I'm like schmoozing it on, and when I make contact with them, I like immediately go in and start like, hey, yeah, it's me from the other day. You know, I'm going to be in town for a day or two. Maybe we can grab a drink and grab something to eat real quick. You know, nothing special, nothing big. It can just be like an hour and midnight when no one knows like I'm sneaking out, you know, and it's like setting up the circumstances so everyone else can see like I get a secret rendezvous. But it's like there's no like love or interest other than I need you to be a part in this stupid play I've made in my head.
So you come on real strong and you definitely put your best foot forward. The fan that you're talking to is absolutely enamored until they start to pick up on the fact that this is a little bit of insecurity talking.
Ooh.
And
Yeah, it is.
you're looking for a come up, as it were. And you see as the light sort of fades from their face little by little, but you notice one of their friends, a tall or half orcish woman, just like star eyes, hands in front of her face, like, oh, we could do it.
I see right past what obviously offends Valen's very being. And the fact I found a player in this little scheme that I'm playing, instantly fall in love with her by necessity.
You'll be my partner in crime?
Yes, exactly. Like, yeah, baby, come here.
I just envision Valen like as the light fades, just like full palm on face, pushes the other person out of the way and goes towards them.
Well, hello, beautiful.
And, you can see as go ahead.
I'll just kind of start small talk and exchange names and numbers to kind of set it up for the future, but there's really no interest other than like a prearranged date and time for her.
Oh, you're never going to be able to lose her now.
One.
You're never going to be able to shake her.
You can see this half orc is absolutely shredded too. Like she's wearing just a vest, a wrap underneath, like thighs that could crush boulders. She stands a good head taller than you, and like and she's like, you could see as like she moves around and stuff, like she's absolutely enamored. She's definitely fangirling right now. You get her name. It's Dagatara.
It's beautiful.
I see this as an absolute
Dagotarra.
win.
Yeah.
And she absolutely exchanges names and is more than willing to speak with you in the future.
Oh, thank you so much, Dagatar. We'll be speaking soon. Your name is beautiful. I'm just taken back by how beautiful it is.
As
Trying not
beautiful
to-
as your
And
tusks.
I'm trying to say it without looking at like her big tusks and like absolutely bulging muscles making me look small.
My boy
Snoo
is about to be
snoo.
humbled.
She doesn't
That's my
manage to mutter.
snoo.
Yeah, she doesn't manage to mutter much else as she's still a little starstruck, and you move along.
Yes.
So just to confirm, Tin Man and Valen, you're heading for Almanders. Jade and
Yes.
Nico, you're heading for Arnotts, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Tin Man and Valen, you don't have an exact location for Almanders, but you get the feeling, or as Mert had mentioned, it kind of stands out. It'll be in the market area. It is basically what it amounts to a large observational tower. I would like you each or one of you to make a survival check to locate it. If only one of you is taking it, then I'll have you do an advantage with the help action.
Go ahead, Tin Man. That seems like your forte.
And it will. Oh, that rolled twice. Take the first one.
Yep.
That's a natural 20.
Let's go.
You've been through here before. You know what Almanders is. It's a building that stands out. You come across the town square, the same square that Valen was in earlier and spoke to the elders. And you can see as you walk through here, the place seems to have cleared up quite a bit. There are still some entertainment stalls still out and about, people hawking wares, folks sitting out on cloths just trying to, get a little money. A couple of beggars here and there, but nothing too extraordinary. You can see anytime someone pops up, the constabulary is like shoving them along, getting them out of here, out of the nicer part of town. But yeah, you locate Almanders with absolute ease. You look at the tops of the buildings. You're like, it's that way 3 blocks, and you make your way there. Before you stands what looks like I said a large observational tower. It's about as round or wide as 3 or 4 other buildings, so it takes up a good chunk of mass. It's almost like a planetarium of sorts. The front door is open. You can see that it's got worn down now, but nicely etched wooden doors with glass panes in it to see through. You can see the frosted glass on that. And it seems to be a place that's been here for quite some time and is very much heavily trafficked while it's here. Right now, it seems to be the quiet time of the day. What would you like to do?
After you,
Go ahead
Tin
and walk
Man.
right on in.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of walk in and like hold the door open for him, but it's like the door open where it kind of still hits you a little bit, where it's like just the gesture, And as I walk in, I'll kind of look around at the store, and what do I see? What kind of wares do we got here?
So as you step in, you see that the building is large and circular. You step into the building and you immediately are assaulted by the scent of musty tomes and like almost mildew even.
Yeah,
it's light because there's a lot of space in here. And you can see that like as you cast your gaze up, the entire half of the building is a massive dome that has constellations splayed and just thrown across the ceiling as if somebody was doing so haphazardly. Every so often you see a streak of light go from one star to another, just sort of tracing around. But ahead of you, you see it's mostly open floor plan. There's a couple of scroll racks here and there, but about halfway through, just exactly at the hemisphere, as it were, or the you know what I mean, is a desk, and behind, equator, thank you, is a desk. and a large line of a gate that sort of blocks off the other half of the store. And you can see stretching up to the dome is these massive bookshelves that just seem to be carrying thousands and thousands of tomes. There's several pieces of machinery around that you don't recognize how they might work. They seem very intricate. They move around on themselves and seem to carry a lot of lenses. As you approach, you can see what looks to be an avian woman, a bird folk, as it were, crouch, sort of leaning over the desk, reading through something.
Well, hello
well,
there.
well. Still doing good business, I hope.
You can see as a pair of sharp eyes look up from these scrolls, and you can see that she's got a long curved beak at the end, and her feathers are long and smooth with what almost looks like gray eyeshadow, but in the shape of her feathers coming back from her eyes. She seems to be some sort of seabird. She looks up. Oh, yeah, he said that today would be slow.
How's he doing?
She looks up, watches the tracing light, entertaining himself as usual. Welcome back.
I suppose so. Yeah, here, let me take a look here. I'm gonna dig into my bag for a second.
Okay, what are you looking for?
It ain't much. I happen to be out in a bit of a backwater not long ago. Realm Space, if you heard of it. I was able to get a quick trace out. Feel free, compare it to your current maps, see if there's any changes.
And you notice as her eyes light up, she takes it and looks over it. What form of payment are you looking for?
If you could use it to knock off my tab, I believe it's still a little high at the moment. That one book may have got burned up in an exit. A lot of me got burned up in exit.
Yes, I forget. What was your moniker here?
About yeah. Just look it under Timothy for me.
Timothy. Unique name. Ah, yes, here you are. Well, you don't owe much left anymore. And it seems that Gratis is willing to work with you. Yes, we'll knock it off. That will bring us up to even. Is that all you're in here for? You usually don't bring friends.
No. As a matter of fact, we were actually in the neighborhood, and we heard tale that
I'll grab his shoulder and be like, my good friend Timothy here, as I just learned his real name, was looking to check in on you for a friend. And I'm going to do you have any work by Professor Thaddeus Quill by any chance?
Thaddeus Quill. Let me look. You see as she turns around and steps to what is a massive tome written, and you can see that as she flips through pages, some of them are so old that the ink is starting to fade. And she continues to flip, and she does this for about 5 minutes. It doesn't seem like she's made any progress through this tome, but she just continues to flip.
Just had to ask.
No, I'm not seeing anything under Quill.
I had to ask. Yeah, me and my good friend here, Timothy, have a few questions for you. And, I was hoping maybe you could answer them for us.
I could do my best, but that's not what I'm paid for.
Everyone wants to be paid in this rock.
I mean, money makes the world go round.
Shoes.
Rule that in gravity. Yeah.
Well,
Tin Man kind of looks up at Valen, just like incredulously. Puts a gold coin on the table. Can you tell us where about Topola is these days?
Tapola. Now, here I thought you were about to ask for someone important. She takes the gold and slides you back 7 silver. A discount for this one. Tapola's in almost every month exactly on the day. She'll be delayed by a day because of merger day. Or maybe she's coming in today, I don't really recall. Usually she calls ahead. But it is a little difficult tracking down that moving lighthouse of hers. And, well, she seems to have taken a liking to me, so there are some things that I cannot divulge. Perhaps I could call down Gratis, and he can offer some insight.
That'd be fantastic.
You see as she sort of lifts her head and lets out a sort of a piercing screech. And if either of you are looking at the ceiling, you notice as the star stops mid-track. And literally every star in the ceiling starts to converge in that one spot. They converge into a shining bright...
He's a bit of a character.
Go ahead. They converge into a shining bright ball that slowly drifts down to the ground in the very center of the room. From it, an arm pops, and then another, and then a pair of legs, and then finally a head. And you see what looks to be a small child made entirely of starlight. Welcome! Welcome to Elmanders! I am Gratis. How can I help you?
Gratis, it's nice.
Gratis, long time no see. This is my associate, Valin.
And I put up my V's.
It's nice to meet you, Valen. I don't know what that means.
You should watch the tapes.
It's cultural.
Understood. So I shouldn't do it like this, right?
Nope.
No, that means something else.
Yes. Big V's out, Valen.
Okay. Thumbs forward. Got
Thumbs
it.
Forward. You got to stop.
Okay. I like it. So what are you here for?
Well, a couple of things actually.
You can.
We hear tell that Topple likes to make her way through
V's
here.
once. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm still doing it the first time.
It's impressive. Sorry, Tin Man. Continue.
Yeah, we hear Topple likes to make her way through here every now and then, though things might be a little shaky due to merger day. We were hoping to meet up with her, but that lighthouse of hers can be a bit of a pain to track down. You wouldn't happen to know whereabouts in the orbit it is right about now?
I would have a pretty good idea, though I hear that storm that keeps following her anymore is making things a little challenging for her. But yes, I believe. And you see him sort of rush back up to the ceiling, trace out a series of stars, and come back down. And he holds out a hand, and in it is a small orb of light. And in it you can see what looks to be basically a projection of the stellar coordinates that Topola allegedly is at.
Beautiful, beautiful. What do we owe you?
Well, you should talk to Sharkier about that. And he walks up to the table, sets it on the table, and it holds its shape. And after a moment, he consumes himself into that sphere and then heads back up to the ceiling and continues tracing stars.
Kind of look over at Sharkier with just sort of a bit of a glazed eye. Do me a favor and reopen my tab.
Delightful. I'll do just that. Is there anything else we can help with?
Kind of like iron eye Valin for a moment.
I'm kind of just looking over everyone's shoulders, trying to eye some of these books and get an idea of what's in here.
Okay, make a perception check for me.
I'll kind of lean back into the desk. Yeah, obviously a lot of folks come through here, especially in need of maps and finding their way point A to point B, and I know he likes to keep track of ships every now and then. You wouldn't happen to hide or tale of a traveling figure named Calistelia, would you?
Have I heard of
Mm.
them? Oh, you're not speaking to me. Sorry. I'm quiet.
Are you talking to Valen or Sharkier?
Sharkier. Well,
Okay,
Valen is
okay.
like distracted.
Thank God.
Um, brings a feathered hand up and sort of rubs against the bottom of her beak for a moment. Now that is a name you don't hear every day. Calistelia. She was the bounty
Kinda just
hunter,
kinda
was she? Yes.
nod.
Okay. Hmm. Last I heard, she was out by Toswa.
Hmm. About how long ago did you hear that?
Uh, Probably something like a decade ago. She had gotten mixed up with the Brothers Gray.
Yeah, much appreciated.
For
Valen,
us.
what you looking at?
Just looking at these impressive books. You got a nice collection here.
Are you looking for anything specific, Valan?
I'm looking for anything referencing the Star Charters organization, which is like a hush hush, not so secret, like group of charters that are just kind of like conspiracy theorists about charting new paths through the astral sea. And it's something that I've been like ingrained in since a little astral elf, is like the Star Charters org and the idea that there's new paths that can be found. And now that I'm kind of out of the Xerxians fold and I can observe and learn stuff myself, I'm really interested to find more information about this kind of childhood phenomenon that most astral elves are aware of.
Okay. So with a 20 perception, you, as Tin Man sort of discussing with Sharkier, you scan the books, and while you find a couple of things that almost like your heart leaps for a moment, thinking you found what you were looking for, it just seems to be like a treatise on star charts.
Ah,
Um, you continue looking. One thing does pop out to your eye. You find a book that you could barely recognize the title, but it's a bright silver, sort of I forget what it's called, but the spine of the book is a bright silver,
Yeah.
and inlaid in a dark black text is silver elves, or lunar elves and their culture.
interesting. And I'll kind of ask if I can take a look at it.
Sharky is sort of just finishing up the conversation with Tin Man and just sort of like looks at you out of the corner of her eye, finishes up what she's saying to Tin Man. Yes, of course. She turns and walks back, climbs the ladder, pulls it out, looks at it, and then brings it back. There's no author for this one, but she flips it over. It does seem to be dedicated to Orion.
Interesting. How much for it?
Well, honestly, I'm not sure how it got here. Let's say 5 silver.
I'll take it.
It's yours.
And then I'll give her the silver and kind of just put the book in my bag and look at
Right,
Tin
I'll make
Man
sure
and be
to-
like, I like to read.
I would like you to note that you have a book on on lunar elves and their culture.
Yep.
Carry on, Tin Man.
I'll take your word for it. Not particularly recalling ever seeing Valen with a book. I know he like does a lot of writing. I've seen him do a lot of reports, it seems, but I've like never seen him actually reading a book.
It's true.
I'm sure you get in a tome or two every couple decades.
Yeah, I try.
All right then.
And
Well,
a lot of the astral elves, like sanctioned reading that we're allowed to get. None of this stuff I'm exposed to. So it's all super interesting to me. I've only ever been exposed to like the Astral Elf Doctrine, the books that have been, allowed to be read for whatever job
Approved.
you're doing. Yeah, right. And so being out here in this library of like forbidden knowledge, I just want to revert back to like kid stories and see if they were lies or if they were true.
Mhm. This is a surprising insight to what a young Xerixian might go through, Tin Man. The kind of experience they have and the things they have access to. Are you leaving Almander's now? Have you found what you were looking for?
I have, yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. We'll make our way out.
You now have the coordinates to Toppola's last known location.
Let's go.
Complete.
Complete.
Valen. Nico and Jade, you head to Arnott's. It only takes you about 10 minutes to get there. Technically speaking, on the timeline of this, you would be reaching Arnott's, the lever in action, before the other two would reach Almander's. But that's the fun thing about the theater of the mind. You see that open for business as usual.
I will, without hesitation, go directly in. As we've left the shop, I have the gravity grenades with me, and go in and say, "Anna, brilliant, love them, except one small problem.
You didn't
We
hold
need
on
to go
them,
the
did you?
opposite. No. They got to go opposite direction, not this way. This way."
You see that she's sort of sitting behind her desk, sort of leaned over, full bodied, poring over something. And as you look up, or as you walk in, just ranting at her, she doesn't even look up. Yes, but you see, energy expands. It does not contract.
As this is happening, Jade's just kind of in the corner, leaning over the counter, just waiting for them to finish. Just aura maxing, just looking like a total babe. Just everything works. Curves, yeah.
Yeah. But you bring a friend into my shop. This is the second time you've done so. The last one I
they are.
recognized.
Well, not gonna lie. Okay, maybe I will, but slightly. And I half quiet, like that quiet whisper.
Stage whisper.
I think she's trying to buy explosives.
Well, you came to me, so of course you came to buy explosives.
Exactly what I told her. That is exactly what I said. Jade, see this. What are we buying?
But yes, that is the question. Do you want the traditional explosives? Would you like something more, how do you say, grippy, as Nico can vouch for? We've got spores. We've got fire. We got fire explosives. Just about anything you could want.
But my question is, and I do that comical head stretch. What are we blowing up? Because now that we're here, I have to help. You know this.
Jade's going to look over at Nico and give him a very tender look for a brief moment and ask, well, your input would actually favor me in this case. And she'll look over at Arnott and she'll extend her hand very gracefully. My name is Jade Fox. Sable has told me so much about you, dear.
As soon as you mentioned Sable, her expression turned serious. You're here on business.
Always on business, dear. Could we lock the doors briefly, or is that out of the case?
Nico, if you'd be so kind. Thank you. Saves me from aggravating my knee. The door is locked. The windows stay locked for, we'll say, air pressure reasons. There's nobody else in the shop. Say your piece.
Excellent. I actually am looking to requisition some explosives.
One moment. She pulls a pistol out from her holster, aims it at the far wall, pulls the trigger. You watch as a small beetle, now in a million pieces, just sort of scatters to the ground. Now we are alone. Can never be too careful.
I think I'm in love, to be honest with you, dear. But we'll put that aside for now. I can see why Sable savored your flavor so fondly. I have to admit, I'm a little stirred. Such an event.
Few savor my flavor like my partner. I am taken.
Of course, as they always are.
Oh, but of course.
So I'm looking for an explosive that does not leave a signature. No dust, no glitter, nothing for, what's the word? No ghosts for them to chase.
So you are asking for high yield,
Incredibly.
but low impact.
More of an assisted explosive. I have a bit of a. There's some demolition that needs to be taken place in Hightown. I am going to manipulate the rubble with some help. I just need something to cause a collapse. Something that can collapse stone or metal. Something
Mhm.
Like a
sacred.
controlled explosive. Nico's like full on
Yes.
drafting mode
Take
on
charge, I got
her.
you.
A controlled
like-
explosive with a detonation device. Very specific.
Small cone device.
So you do
No,
not wish to be
detonation-
nearby.
See, but
I'd
you
like
already
to
you already-
view, but yes, I would like to not be nearby. This
Nico, you were
should look
saying?
like an accident.
But no,
No.
we don't do remote detonation. Remote detonation, you leave a signal behind. You leave something. There's evidence. The bomb may explode, but you still have the remote. Can't have that. We do it by time or by trigger. Now I know you can provide the ordinance.
True.
What if I provide the trigger? And I basically start like writing out runes in the air, and like more or less you'll see it kind of like arcane triggers being written in front. It's like detonator.
We will let him work for a moment. I believe I have exactly the recipe that you would like. You say that you intend to disrupt the structure, and from there you would like the explosive to bring it down, correct?
Precisely. A very specific detonation at a very specific pressure point, which will trigger a series of domino effects, which will then cause said structure to crumble.
What if we do this without some sort of gunpowder, or even an explosive? What if we did this in a sonic manner? It would shake the rocks apart and cause this collapse. It would leave no trace. It would simply deafen those that were already destined to die.
I like what I'm hearing, especially because whatever's happening would be a very loud event.
So perhaps it will drown out the sound, or perhaps it will drown out why you were there.
Precisely.
You bring me interesting ones this time, Nico. I like this one. She would be an interesting addition to the Waterbearers Guild. Perhaps you should introduce her to Bladar. I'm sure the two would get along famously.
Oh, what? And Nico is still 100% drawing out the like more or less gravity
Good.
detonation piece.
Good, he's not paying
But
attention. He will not hear this part. I know who you're
gigantic
working
ear
for.
forms on the side of his head.
As the ear forms, you see her chuck. She pulls out like a ball bearing and whips it at you, and it sticks in the center of that ear, and you're deafened for about a minute. I know of Sable, and I know what the kind of work he does.
Okay. Yeah.
You may consider me an ally in your efforts.
Jade is going to lean in, giving full cleavage.
Hmm.
Say, okay.
Her eyes don't break from yours.
I bless her. I'm glad she's doing good things because Jade's not a good girl. Keep
What have
going.
you to say? Hmm.
I
So-
will always accept an ally, especially one that is vetted by Sable. His discretion and his eye are one and the same, that I put a lot of trust in, and I do not trust easily.
Well, allies, I do not consider myself a fair weather friend, and nor do I deal with fair weather friends. So, you are calling upon my help here. Sable has credit with me. That credit will pay most of what you are looking to do here. I will keep this discreet, and I will tell you that while sonic munitions are difficult to procure, let alone create, these will serve you well. And should you need assistance in the future, you may speak with me. That said, I expect the same courtesy to be done in reverse. Should I require your assistance, yours, Nico's, the Tin Man's, or even your racer friend, I will call, and I will expect an answer. Is that understood?
Jade will reach between her brassiere and pull out a card that has her signature on it. A little insignia. I'll post an image in chat of a fox with a little rose. It's her calling card. And she'll put it down on the table and slide it towards Madame. And she'll say, if they cannot provide themselves to assist you, I will more than assist you, even compensate if such. So you have my guarantee, and these ones, I'll make sure that they tag along.
The only one I am concerned of, if I am honest, is the racer. I know the Tin Man. I know he is reliable, and I know Nico. He's a little. This is when the sound, the deafening wears off. He's
Pops out of your ear.
brilliant. Yeah, he's brilliant but distracted easily. Keep him on task, and you will see great things from him. I will drop the I will give you the coordinates to a dead drop, where you will pick these up, and they will be available tomorrow in the morning.
Tomorrow
Do we have
is
merger day?
tomorrow is a little too soon. Is there a way that that can be requisitioned sooner?
Tomorrow is too
I'd
late.
be happy to provide payment. Tomorrow is too late.
Well, I believe I can put something together quicker, but there will be a an express fee.
Name it.
Send to Sable that I wish to leave the Rock of Brawl as well. And I wish to leave without pestering noses in my business.
That can certainly be arranged. In fact,
Why don't you come with us? We have a
why
ship.
don't you come with us? I think you would be more than wonderful to come and assist.
I want you to make a persuasion check with Nico's assistance, make it at advantage.
Oh.
With an 11.
Sure.
You see Arnott think for a moment. When do you seek to leave? When are you leaving?
As soon as possible, if not directly after Measure Day. I've already arranged eyes on a ship, a beautiful ship, a glorious ship, a ship that can handle a very quick exit. So you might have to pack quickly, dear. And I'd be more than happy to assist you, but I've got other errands to run.
But you know of Sable, and you will have him send me an assistant to do so.
Certainly.
I will be moved into your ship. Which berth is it?
Berth 47.
Nice.
An unlucky number out here. Understood. I will have my stuff moved in this evening. Your dead drop will be available as well. By tomorrow, this shop will be a shell. When next I see you, we will be departing. Good night, is what I say to the audience, because that is where we're going to call it for the night.
Ah! That was such a great episode. Oh my gosh. Guys, thank you so much. Mark, take us away, buddy. Take us away.
Alrighty. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you so much to all of our sponsors, the folks that have been invested in what we're doing. We appreciate you so much. And more than anything, thank you so much, Matt, Marina, Alex, and Dayton, for being here. We wouldn't be able to do this without you. You're all wonderful. So, and to everybody else, thank you as well, of course. Have a wonderful evening. And until next time, we'll see you in the stars.